Hi everyone, I'm here today to tell you about how working on a boat just like this had such a monumental impact on my thoughts about literacy, my ability to public speak, and my confidence in general. So throughout this video, I'm just going to be showing you some video clips of my current job, but enjoy. Here we go. So I want you first to picture a young person, a shy young child. So maybe this was yourself, or maybe you had a shy friend growing up in school. Okay, now I want you to picture that person as being me. So growing up, I was this really shy kid. I was the kid in the class who kept to herself and only answered questions in class if she was chosen so by the teacher. I absolutely hated presentations. I literally avoided them like the plague. I know many of you growing up had to do speeches in elementary school, but that was never a requirement for me. So for some reason, my school didn't really have public speaking as a mandatory component to our learning. Now, of course, as I grew up, I made friends, I learned more about myself, and had new experiences. I began to grow out of this and open up a little bit more. However, it wasn't until I was pushed completely out of my comfort zone in grade 12 when I began working at a jet boating company that I really became confident in public speaking. So I applied for this job. The company's called Whirlpool Jet Boat Tours. Some of you may have heard of it or been on the trip before. It's a whitewater thrill ride in the Niagara Gorge through Class 5 rapids. So the first time I heard about this company, I'd actually gone on a class trip. It was in grade 10, a class business trip. But as soon as I got off the boat, I knew I had to work there someday. It was just such a cool job. So anyways, I got the job in summer of grade 12. And before I knew it, I was asked to speak in front of tons of people. Most of the time with this job, I'm talking to between about 40 and 100 people, depending on how many boats are going out at that given time. So this was absolutely insane to me. My first day, I went home and cried because I was so nervous, and I clearly had never spoken in front of this many people before. But this was such a cool summer job that I forced myself to suck it up and just go for it. So after hours and hours of practicing in front of my coworkers and my family members, I was finally ready to take the plunge and try out my new public speaking skills in front of actual customers. So after just a couple of weeks of working there, my confidence in public speaking grew exponentially. I was mind-boggled that I finally felt so comfortable being in the center of attention in front of such a large crowd. This job helped me to become a much more confident public speaker, which will be super beneficial in my future teaching career. Not only this, but having gone through this experience really helps me to see the benefit in public speaking. I always think about how much I would have grown up or learned about myself earlier on in life if I had been pushed out of my comfort zone and been taught techniques on how to be more confident and comfortable talking in front of people at an earlier age. Public speaking and helping children to feel comfortable talking aloud is something that I'll really push in my future classroom. Every child has a voice, and every voice definitely deserves to be heard. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my little explanation of how this public speaking really impacted me as a literary learner.